So in today's breakdown, we are going to go over the opening shot of the animation I put out a couple of days ago. That would be this shot right here. We've got this spinning shape from my Motion Primitives pack, and then, it kind of inflates and it's inside of this cloth piece. Very similar to the tutorial I put out about a month ago. This one here about how I made this ball animation based off of Vincent Schwenk piece. Yeah, so since I've already got a full video on that, I'm just going to kind of go over it quickly. We've got our base shape here, which you do a cloth sim as, a little bit of inflation, whatever on it, however you like your settings to be. You inflate it, you export it as Alembic, and then you run another cloth sim over the top of it, which is this one. In this case, I actually got them both to work in the same sim, which you can do sometimes, but not always. So if it's not working, export as an Alembic, then run the second cloth over top. That'll take care of any problems with clipping and like weird problems like that. Stacking simulations is always something you can do if the geometry itself is not going to be heavier than the sim. But with that, we do have a couple of things in this scene that actually kind of are little like tips and tricks, deceptions, I think, that kind of sell this scene. So if we come into rendered mode, we can see here at the beginning that it is nighttime, and as we push forward, it becomes daytime. And how we did that is super simple. It is just with a sky texture on our background, like our the surface for our world. It's not really an HDRI. I don't really know what to call this. It's also not a skybox because it's not a video game, but you get my point. We have a sky texture here plugged into our world background, and I just animated the sun rotation as well as these things are like more minor just in the colors that I wanted to appear in the sun. You'll see for a couple of frames here, we have colors like this, and I tried to, with the sun intensity, sun size, and elevation, tried to limit how many frames were going to look like this because it looks super not real and weird, but you can't get rid of it completely. It also adds like a little bit of a flicker to the shot, which I thought looked kind of nice. But yeah, I just animated that spinning around so it looks like the sun is kind of like whipping into existence. I thought that was a really cool looking effect. And then for the house itself, you can see it's actually modeled on an angle here. So I wanted this side wall over here to kind of like break reality a little bit, kind of force a strange perspective. So when you're looking at it in this shot right here, it just looks like it's a regular like 90-degree angle, but it's not. It's more like a 50-degree angle here, and that kind of forces this like feeling of like closedness, but you don't really have like a sense of where that's coming from, and I thought that was a cool feeling. There's also no camera shake in the scene. We actually just have a linear path going forward, but with our ground elements here, which I got from Bridge, by the way. If you're not using Bridge, it's great. Bunch of free assets. I just took a bunch of their like rubble materials or models, and then I combined them with the floor, and I threw a wave modifier on everything. And this kind of gives the feeling like there's camera shake going on, but it's not. It's perspective shake, which is another thing. It's weird. It like forces your brain to realize like something's weird about the shot, and I liked that in this, so I just went crazy with it. Now, real quickly, we'll go over the materials of every object in the scene. They're all fairly simple materials. On this outside bag, we actually just have my glass shader with the roughness turned all the way up. And now I'm actually finding this out as I'm recording this. This center object under our cloth has the entire wrong material on it. I'm not sure how, but when I exported the file, it got a material that I was using for geocables early in this project file, which obviously they're not present here at all. It somehow got the wrong material on it. So that's cool, I guess. I never even noticed. I was just like, oh, this looks cool. I like it. Funny, happy little accidents here. So I did not make this. I guess I genuinely have no idea where this came from. Walls are shaded flat, base color, whatever. Nothing special there going on. I did have this light in the background here, which I animated to the flicker of a song that I was choosing. I put it in After Effects, found the frames that I wanted for the flickers, and then I just came in and animated it. And when that flickers beforehand and then also during the sun rotation, that kind of gives a little bit of impact to the sun rotating in, which again, it tricks your brain into motion that is not there. And it kind of helps sell the scene. But yeah, overall, this is a very basic scene. It just has a couple of little like tips and tricks in it to make it feel like there's more going on than there is. There's basically nothing in this. But yeah, just a short one tonight. I do have more time tomorrow, so I'm going to break down more scenes tomorrow and put them in a longer video for you guys. And you guys should have that tomorrow night, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing and supporting me here on Patreon. I really do appreciate it. And thank you much for support on my main YouTube channel and all my other socials. It's been a very fun week, and I thank all of you for that.